Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my Bounty Hunter Redistribution video. Today's big update was that they got rid of Bounty Hunter completely, and now it's all to do with Slayer in the Wilderness. They've then redistributed all of the rewards from Bounty Hunter into Wilderness Slayer. This is my first look at the update and just talking about everything that's changed and looking into all of the new stuff. So let's get right into it. So looking at the new Slayer Master and Wilderness Slayer as a whole, you need 85 Slayer to use Mandrift, same as Morvran. The Slayer counter will now show when you're on a specific Wilderness task. While working on these tasks, you will gain Slayer Bounty Potential, which can be exchanged for rewards at Mandrift himself. You can also kill other players to steal some of their potential. So when you kill a player who is doing a Slayer task, they're going to build up their potential, right? You can then kill that player and steal their potential. This then leads to it being more risky to do Slayer tasks, but more rewarding because you can spend your potential if you don't die. It also makes it more profitable for PKers. They can steal that potential off someone on a Slayer task if they kill them and use that potential themselves. Iron Men can do Wilderness tasks and earn potential, but they cannot PK to steal potential. But if an Iron Man does PK someone, it still takes away the potential from the person they PK'd, they just don't gain it. Because Mandrift doesn't assign that many Wilderness tasks, you can't use your prefer and block list at him. So if there is a Wilderness task you really hate, you're just going to have to skip it or suck it up and do it. As you can see, all of these different items are all the deathmatch points and whatnot. And then if you go onto the Slayer Bounty page, these are Slayer Bounty points. We have Bounty Emblems, Adrenaline Crystals, Wilderness Hilts, Armor Patches, and the free tier 87s. I'm guessing the Wilderness is going to be more active, especially for the first couple of weeks, for both people doing Slayer and people PKing. So I'm going to say, if you are going into the Wilderness to do Slayer, be very careful. Don't take anything you're not willing to lose, because there'll be a lot of PKers and everything like that. So now I'm going to break down the new things that have been said and done, and we're going to look at the update a little bit. There's now a Wilderness shared loot table. It's been updated to include items that were available through Bounty Hunter, and they have different drop rates. They haven't announced the official drop rates, but they've said their rarity. So you have Wilderness Hilts, which upgrade things like Dragon Claws from the tier 60 version to the higher tier versions, and they're marked as rare. Adrenaline Crystals to make super adrenaline potions, they're marked as uncommon. Preserved Meats are common. Frenetic Equipment Patches are uncommon. Revenant drop enhancers, which are a very sought after item, are rare. Bloodweed seeds drop as uncommon, which is actually really cool. This means now you can get bloodweed seeds from monsters. I kind of like that. Brawling gloves are marked as uber rare, so don't expect to get any brawling gloves, but there is that extra chance of getting them, which is kind of cool. So now all of these different rewards are dropped by the monsters in the Wilderness, and they're shared across the table of all Wilderness Slayer creatures. For example, you can kill these Abyssal Demons, and now you might get an Adrenaline Crystal. Adrenaline Crystals are worth 125k each right now. I don't know whether they'll stay that price, but that's a nice extra bit of money when doing your Slayer tasks. Rune Pouches can now be obtained from the Abyss. While runecrafting in the Abyss, you'll obtain magical threads which can be used to create the small and large rune pouches now. The rate of the threads scales alongside your level, and it can be affected by Demonic Skull and things like that to increase it. So if you're running the Abyss with a Demonic Skull with 99 runecrafting, you're going to get a decent amount of thread every hour, which then will add to how much money you make from runecrafting by combining these threads into small or large runecrafting pouches. When it comes to a small runecrafting pouch, it requires 30 threads and 55 runecrafting. A large rune pouch requires 100 threads and 90 runecrafting. This could be quite cool because you might be able to make large rune pouches while doing blood runes or something by the Abyss, and you can make a decent amount of money every hour. Really depends on how quickly you get the threads, but I'm definitely going to be testing this out. So expect a video sometime fairly soon where I do blood runes by the Abyss and see how many threads I can get alongside it and see the new GP an hour. I can also test out double natures alongside that for even more GP but less XP and probably about the same amount of threads, right? So it could be very interesting. Also in this update, the Amulet of Forsaken is now a super rare drop from the Barrows reward chest. This means anyone with the Grave Robber title, you don't have your title anymore. You need to get the Amulet of Forsaken ticked off on your drop log to get your title back. What this amulet does is increases the effectiveness of Barrows sets. So for example, one of the things players use this amulet a lot for was so that the Darok's damage boost applies from full hit points instead of half, so you can hit harder at higher HP. So you don't have to camp super low HP to hit hard, you can camp a bit higher and still do well. Another one was that Guthan's Hill had a 10% bigger proc chance. That's the type of things that this amulet does, and you can now attain it via Barrows. When it comes to Revenants, the table has also been updated for them. The Revenant pet has been removed from the shop and is now a rare drop from Revenants. Each time you get a pet drop, you unlock the next tier pet as a potential drop. So instead of upgrading it as you go, it becomes harder and harder to get the next pet, but as soon as you unlock the one previous, you get the next tier as a potential drop. No drop rates have been released, but it gets harder and harder and harder, so I'm guessing the highest tier Revenant pet is going to be very, very, very hard to get. Ancient Warriors equipment patches have also been added to Revenants. When you're killing them on a Slayer task, they have the chance to drop an Ancient Warrior equipment patch. Although, unlike the other Ancient Warrior gear, it will not be dropped by the Chaos Elemental, which then means it will not be added to the Chaos Elemental drop table, as the equipment patch is only dropped by Revenants and not the Chaos Elemental. And it's only dropped on Slayer task as well. So this means that the Ancient Warriors equipment patch would be a pretty decent drop to get on a Slayer task at Revenants. Another nice big item to aim for, alongside the normal Statius Warhammers and things like that. Ogre Flasks were purchasable from Bounty Hunter, and they used to give you 1 stored boost from any other Uglog pools. Now they've changed it to be made with robust glass. The glass that's made with sandstone that's used for potion flasks. Now 10 robust glass gives you 6 doses of a spar pool buff. That's really, really awesome. 1 dose was kind of annoying and kind of useless. 6 doses is pretty good. You can bottle up the extra HP boost, you can bottle up the infinite run boost, stuff like that. It's actually really, really useful. That will be it for this video. It was just a quick rundown of what's changed and what's new. I'm going to look into doing some videos on things like making the Rune Pouches via runecrafting, seeing how quick you can get it, and possibly some Wilderness Slayer as well, seeing how quickly you can get your emblems to level up and how easy it is to obtain a tier 87. Just going to look into all the rates and stuff in the future, but I wanted to do a first look and a what's changed video for you all to enjoy. Do give a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this change. I think it's absolutely awesome. Bounty Hunter was just terrible, and this seems really, really cool. And until next time, see ya.